Take a look around any major corporate office today, and you will see a lot of frantic motion. But the person who actually holds power in the room isn't always the one making the most noise. For decades, a persistent myth has convinced professionals that getting noticed by senior leadership requires a very specific performance. This often manifests as manufactured visibility, like sending performative emails at 2 a.m. or maneuvering through complex office politics in hopes of gaining an edge. In modern organizations, this behavior is highly transparent. Senior executives recognize it immediately, and it can damage a professional's reputation by signaling a reliance on favoritism rather than execution. Advancing in today's corporate environment requires a completely different approach. It involves shifting your focus away from the quest for attention and toward a steady, consistent delivery of concrete, measurable impact. To understand why, we have to look at the daily reality of a senior executive. They navigate an overwhelming volume of data, cross-departmental escalations, and rapid decision-making cycles from the moment they log in. Leadership priorities have also shifted. Executives are actively looking for digital literacy, adaptability, and the strategic understanding required to manage AI-assisted workflows and complex organizational challenges. Executive attention is a highly limited resource. Because they have so little time to spare every single day, leaders award their trust to employees who reduce complexity and consistently deliver tangible value. This leads to the first principle of value creation: show results. This requires a shift from reporting the daily tasks you completed to showcasing the organizational outcomes you achieved. This results to visibility funnel shows how daily work translates into executive language. While you may start with raw tasks, leaders are scanning for specific quantitative metrics: revenue growth, cost reduction, customer satisfaction, or efficiency gains. Once you identify these metrics, you must draw a direct line between your individual numbers and the overarching strategic objectives of the business. Without quantification, work is difficult for leadership to evaluate. Hard data provides the objective evidence needed to prove your business impact. Principle 2 is to be concise. Brevity in communication suggests clarity of thought and shows respect for an executive schedule. In the executive communication flow diagram, you start with the situation, what is happening, and immediately follow it with the impact, why it matters. From there, deliver your recommendation for what should be done and outline the expected outcome. Compare a rambling 2-minute unstructured story about a delayed project to a sharp 15-second update using this framework. The difference is the speed at which a leader can take action. Adopting this communication structure provides leadership with the specific data points they need to make decisions, which moves the conversation from daily tasks to strategic value. The third principle is to solve problems before reporting. Highlighting a crisis without a plan often creates more work for leadership rather than solving a business challenge. This problem-solving decision tree maps out the ideal approach. You identify the central issue, then branch out to isolate the root causes. You present alternative solutions, assess the risk of each, and finally point to your recommended action path. Handing a leader a vetted solution, rather than just identifying a raw problem, demonstrates the judgment and initiative required for higher-level responsibilities. This credibility versus sycophancy comparison chart highlights the sharp divide in behavior. While the sycophant relies on excessive praise and constant agreement, the credible professional uses fact-based communication and offers constructive, respectful feedback. There are several common mistakes that can derail this credibility: taking credit for a team's achievements, escalating issues without preparation, and over-promising on results you cannot deliver. While office politics might win short-term favoritism, building credibility through results establishes a professional standing that remains stable through leadership changes and organizational shifts. This 90-day career growth roadmap provides a timeline. In your first 30 days, master business priorities, reporting structures, and performance metrics. From days 31 to 60, optimize communication and document measurable contributions. By day 90, lead initiatives and solidify a reputation for reliable, solution-oriented thinking. This deliberate focus on measurable impact, concise updates, and proactive solutions builds a reputation for reliability that senior executives prioritize when making advancement decisions.